Once upon a time, we was a...
What up, world? Hey, y'all.
This is Sarita.
This is Simone.
And this is Clean Ears.
Hey, welcome.
Guys, we are still doing album reviews. It's Monday, so you know album reviews happen on Mondays. And today we're going to talk about Crescendo by Jackie Hill Perry.
Yes, we know that it did not just come out, but it was important for us to go back and talk about this one. Yes.
So you guys, Jackie Hill Perry is signed to Humble Beast Records, which means that you guys can get the album for the free ski.
Yes.
Download it now. So go ahead and do that. Then come back to this review. This is very important.
Yes.
Okay. So I thought that this was like above and beyond The Art of Joy. This was just, y'all, this is Jackie Hill Perry. This is the levels that I anticipated from her. She gave me everything. I was here for it.
It's just, she is lyrically solid on every single song. And I love just the storytelling. And even though it can be very easy for you to think that everything is going to sound the same, but it does and doesn't, if that makes any sense. You know, like, it's not like it was like, this beat's crazy. You're not hearing a plethora of sounds, but it's still so dynamic. And that's one thing that I thought that, I think that comes from the subject matter. I definitely was engaged as I listened, because that's how you have to listen to her. If you're new to Jackie Hill Perry, it's not a light listen. You're not just grabbing coffee with your friends. You are listening intently for this word.
So, guys, what I loved about it is that she has gospel roots and hip hop roots.
Yes.
And so the album had gospel and hip hop. It really was purely from the church, wailing moments, and then straight gutter hip hop moments, and she gave you both, and it was everything.
Yes, your
very
worship.
well done.
I think I teared up a few times. It was yes. It'll take you through all the feels, and I think those worship tracks are so well placed, and they punctuate a lot of the different things that are being said along the album, and so it's very, very beautiful.
Yes, and she just, I don't know how she just be wifing and mommying and making albums and writing books
and poetry
and gestating at the same time. I don't know. I'm gonna ask her.
Yeah,
we're gonna do that. I'll let you know what she said.
So one of the songs that stood out to me from the jump was Hush.
Me too.
I love the fact that it's just talking about how there's so much empty talk out there, and how people are just saying stuff and things that trigger and things that start stuff and things that don't add any value and have no value. And she's basically, the chorus is like, shh.
She said, blah, blah, blah is what you sound like. Y'all just, it's like, it's empty words. It's just talking to be heard, especially with social media, where you're like, you have to post, you have to, be in the conversation, whether you have anything to say or not. You're supposed to talk.
And that one really stood out to me just from jump.
Right. And one thing one of the things there was that our topics of conversation actually show what's important to us and what we worship.
Yes. Thank you. I was struggling to remember that. I was like, there was something I really wanted. And I was going to tell y'all about it. Thanks, friend.
No, it really made me think. You're like, what are we talking about? Do I talk about Jesus more than I talk about anything else? Like, how is my conversation with others, even online, especially online? Because I tend to my online presence is because I was supposed to have one. I really don't be talking about much of anything. But if I'm not edifying Christ at all, ever, but I tend to be jumping on these trending topics every once in a while, what is that really saying about me?
Another song that really stood out to me, and I think I raved about it at the time that it came out, was Hymns. It's featuring Ambassador, Shylin, Braille, and
The Truth.
Yes. Let me tell y'all something. Christian rappers are so humble that when they rap, they don't say their names. So if you want to know who's who, guess what? I don't know. Woo. And so, because I was just like, I love that verse. I think that's Shylin, but I don't know. I think the second guy who was like, why we got to talk about it? No, we get to talk about it.
Yeah.
First of all, I wanted to give y'all these rhymes, but treat yourself. The way he ended his verse, everyone's verse.
Hopefully, maybe they're in order. Maybe that was Shylin.
I believe it was Shylin because I've listened to Shylin before. So I really do think that was him. But all I know is every verse was just talking about just the fact that it's so amazing that Jesus gave his life for us and saved us from the just full trash that is hell.
Yes.
And everybody said the same thing, but in such different ways. So it's crazy that you can have 5 people say the same thing to you, and every time that you hear it, you're like, oh, goodness.
Yep.
I absolutely loved it. Loved it. And I like the fact that she teamed up with some OGs too.
Yes, these are OGs of Christian hip hop, and I know a lot of people don't know about them, but this is now your time to go and investigate their old discography and get your life.
Exactly. These are your KRSs and your Big Daddy Kane's is here.
I think for those people who are like, people are not talking about Jesus like they used to in Christian hip hop, this is your track. This is the one you wanted. You wanted Jesus on a platter. Just for you.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I hate when people say that because that's so not true.
Yeah.
Jesus is all up and through a lot of these songs. And, you know, so we're happy to give that to you and to point it out to you so that you can see that it's still there and so that you can get it and, you know, live your life to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jesus is definitely still up and through. And I loved it. The song was just so, it just made me feel good about salvation and the fact that I'm like, wait, what it means to be saved. I was like, sometimes I think about being saved into, and I don't think about being saved from. And so listening to this song specifically today made me think about, like, dang, Jesus, thank you for everything you saved me from. Because I always think about what I get, but not like everything that's left behind. And I'm like, ooh, thanks.
All right, and the last song we're talking about is Woman featuring Sharon Irving.
Yes.
I really liked it because it's a song that only a female MC could do.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
And I know she didn't mention it on this song, but it made me think about that. One of the previous songs in the album where she mentioned how so many women look to her for so many things and to be so many things. And she's almost fearful of the fact that people have so much hope in her. She's like, I'm just out here.
Yeah.
But Saritha and I were talking about this earlier as it pertains to that song. And it's like how sometimes it seems like men are identified by their accomplishments and women are identified by their relationships. And I like the fact that in this song about being a woman, she's like, it doesn't have to be so, it doesn't have to be that way.
They're definitely talking about identity. Just remembering that your identity is in Christ and not in the things that you have done or the people, relationships or anything, accomplishments or anything like that. It's very much in it of it all from beginning, from Eve, it was about Christ, you know, from the beginning that it's all about God and our identity is in him and not in anyone else. And even with a woman being the pressures of us physically, mentally, emotionally, the tugs that we have relationally, the expectations that we have from society, it's like, what's left? Who are we? What are we supposed to be? And she really just laid it out and it was really appreciated.
Yes, absolutely. So all in all, another album that we loved. Guys, we really want you to go and listen to Jackie Hill Perry's Crescendo. It's a wonderful, wonderful album. And if you're loving it, definitely hit us with your favorite songs in the comments. We want to know what you're loving about it. If you like this video, be sure to like the video. Definitely subscribe as well so that you can see these videos as soon as they come out. And hit us up on all the medias. Let's keep the conversation going about this and about other projects.
Yeah, guys, if you like this different format, we try to make it a little bit shorter this time, just highlighting 3 tracks from the album instead of talking about all of them. If you like the shorter format, let us know. If you want us to still do the longer format, also let us know. We're just trying to figure out what you're feeling.
So help us build the structure so that we can give you what you want. So guys, until next time.
Have a good time.
Bye.